Dear Diary, I need rest. Hi, I'm Jenna, and you're listening to the Book of Jenna. And I did say that I was going to come back and do another podcast. Um, I don't even remember what day it was, maybe Tuesday. But quite frankly, you guys, I really needed rest. I took a couple days off the gym, I took a couple days off the podcast. I just needed to be still. And I want to use that to remind you guys that burnout is real and it comes with a vengeance if you are not paying attention and you are not taking care of yourself. So during this holiday season, say no, okay? It's okay to not show up. Like, if it's your mental health or showing up, take your mental health and say, I'm not showing up. Especially if you're being consistent, if you're being consistent and your body says rest, rest for the day and then get back to being consistent. And that's really what I'm doing here. I needed the rest. I needed just to not be on. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like social media really can be very soul sucking. And it can be a space where if you're not careful, you can spend all your energy there. And I try to stay really consistent on creating content, but quite frankly, I'm just not lit up about social media. I'm just not. And so I feel like sometimes being too much in the internet realm depletes me quicker than if I stay out of it. So needless to say, I appreciate you guys being patient with me. I appreciate you waiting for me, and I appreciate you listening to me. So my message today is take some rest, you guys. But I also wanted to talk about being consistent too, because one thing that I think is really cool is that we can be very consistent, but we can also take rest, and we can also take moments for ourselves even within the consistency. And last night, I before I went to bed, I was just checking because as you guys know, I have ads on my podcast, and I was looking to see, like, okay, have I made anything from it? And quite frankly, guys, I have not made, anytime I've checked, it's always been zero. But last night I checked and it was 18 cents. And I know that's not a lot, but I'm just saying, what a testament to consistency, right? What a testament to showing up. What a testament to staying the course. It's okay to take breaks, or it's okay to take a day off. It's okay to say, I can't do that today. And then showing up tomorrow and being there tomorrow for yourself and giving yourself that rest so you don't hit burnout, because I would rather take the rest than quit. Right? I'd rather rest than quit. I'd rather have a moment than stop completely. And that's really something I have honestly struggled with, is when I hit burnout, I usually just quit everything completely. And I'm like, you know what? F it. I'm not doing this. I'm not showing up. I'm so tired. I'm so depleted. I'm so whatever, right? And I think that one thing that I have been working on changing and challenging within myself is when I feel that burnout, instead of pushing through like I usually do, and so many of us do, right? So many of us just keep going, 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 going. Mommy has no more energy, but mommy finds it somewhere. But at whose expense? Because then mommy's cranky and she's not her best self for her family, and she's not showing up for herself anymore. And that's where that resentment and that burnout happens, is when you stop showing up for yourself. So take a day, you guys, take a day. Mom can't do this. I can't do it. Or I can't show up in this capacity. Guys, take a freaking sick day. Call in sick. If you need a mental health day, call in sick. Even if it means calling in sick to maybe taking the kids to practice. Hey, babe, I can't do this tonight because I have nothing left to give. I need you to give so that I can just fill my cup a little bit. This hour of silence is really going to hit, you know? Um, Find ways to fill your cup and give yourself a break. Whether it may be meeting a friend for lunch. Like I have to check out and I have to leave the office early today because I've got an appointment. I got a doctor's appointment because honestly, lunch with a friend is really a doctor's appointment, right? It's therapy. It's very therapeutic. A lot of the people that sit in my chair probably probably do say they have a doctor's appointment because it really is like therapy for them. I allow them to sit so that I can pour into their cup. And that's what we all deserve. And that's why we're hitting burnout is because we're not allowing people to pour into us. We think that we have to do everything alone. And it's unfortunate that society has kind of created that for us, right? We have also done it to ourselves, but I think I think that we are influenced by society's expectations that we no longer have a village anymore. And listen, I live far from my family. We live far from my boyfriend's family, and we don't really have a village. We moved further south to closer to his son so that we could be there more. But our village was where we had lived for 10 years. And so now we have to rebuild that village. And some of you may be doing that too. I have a lot of transplant clients here in Florida. Some of them, their entire families, mom, dad, brothers, sisters, they've all moved down. And I think that's just incredible. But not everybody has that. And I think it's very important that we find a village. Find that friend that you can trade babysitting nights with, right? Like, hey, let them come over here for a couple hours. You guys go have a date. And then next week, we'll drop ours off and we'll go have a date. And creating those people in your life that you can trust, that you can lean on for support, that you can build something with, right? That you can help each other out because honestly, it really really takes a village to live. Even if you don't have kids, you need a village. You need people that love you, that support you, that believe in you. Um as someone who's kind of felt like she's always been on her own, um it's very hard for me to uh it's very hard for me to allow that village in, to be honest. It's very hard for me to trust a village because, I've had some people I couldn't trust in my life. And I think we all have. Um, but I definitely think, and it's harder the older that we get, right? To make friends. I've heard this time and time again, and my chair is like, it's hard to make friends the older you get. Probably because you have a lower tolerance for people's crap. And good for us, right? Like, heck yes, we shouldn't tolerate people's crap. Um, but I am guilty of this, and sometimes I am quick to cut people off because I don't want to deal with their crap instead of giving them space and challenging them to grow and be more. But sometimes people don't want that either, right? And those people absolutely I would cut off. So that is my TED Talk today, you guys, is just find your village. Um, and if you don't want to find a village, lean into the people that you do have so that you have support, so that you can talk to someone because burnout is going to happen regardless. But it's really going to happen quicker if you don't have the community surrounding you. Even if all you have is your partner, okay? If that is all the community you have, that is enough. It really, really is. Um, and I think that people I think people don't realize how impactful their partner is for their well-being and their growth. So make sure you find a good one. And if you don't have a good one, it's okay to change course. It's okay to leave that. It's okay to want more. And if your partner doesn't want more, it's okay to love them and say, look, I love you, but this just isn't working. Um, so I don't know. Burnout is something that I struggle with. And these are the things that I have done to help my burnout. Go get coffee, take yourself on a date, go to the beach, go to the mountains, go for a walk. Um, go do things that don't cost you money. Go do things that are out in nature. Go do things that when you're there you feel good. For me it's the gym. I really struggle if I don't go to the gym. And so finding that space and that peace for yourself so that you can escape reality for a little bit is so healthy, and it is so important to becoming the person you want to be, or to staying the person that you are, right? Like if you're really happy with who you are and you're like, I just work on myself a little bit at a time, but I really want to create space so that when I start wavering from this baseline that I love, I can come back to it easily. And it looks different for everyone. I can't tell you like this is going to work for you. You may have to try like 4 or 5 different things to see if that is what fills your cup. Is this what resets me? Is this how I can get back to my normal baseline, right? So, this is not the Four Agreements podcast that I promised, but I felt like this was really important to talk about because it was something that I'm going through and something that I do go through probably, weekly. But it's true. It's true. I listen to a lot of people's heartache or worries or woes, and I love it. I'm not sad about it, but I also need space so that I can dump that out of me so that I can just be myself. And I know so many of us are going through that as well. So find time for yourself. Give yourself breaks without guilt. Breaks without guilt. We all deserve them. You deserve it. All right, my friends, I hope you have a beautiful Friday. If you are local to Lakewood Ranch, Bradenton, Sarasota, I hope I will see you tomorrow at the Speedway walking through the lights with me at 5:30. I would love to just say hello to some of you and be all festive with you. So I hope you have a beautiful day. I hope that life is so good to you. I hope that you're proud of yourself today. I hope you do something kind for someone else today. I hope you have the Christmas spirit inside of you as you go into this weekend, and that you are happy and healthy and kind and joyous, because that is what you deserve. You deserve to be that woman. All right, my friends, much love, and I will see you later.